guess I probably could have set that up before I hit the record button, but I didn't. Don't even know what I'm going to say here. I feel the need to I don't know. Over the last couple days, maybe it's been more than a couple days. It's really become apparent to me how much our focus determines our life. And that sounds really simple, like duh, but it's so profound. Like, we have our life circumstances, every one of us. Some of us are sick, some of us are old, some of us are young and think you've got a whole life ahead of you and lots of potential. And some of us are wealthy, some of us are poor. We come from, think about human beings, we're like snowflakes. Like, there's not one of us alike. And we really get into trouble because we take a cookie cutter approach to life. Like, everything should fit into this box or this box. And it's either this or that. And that's simply not the way life is. And how short-sighted it is to live life like that, but we do, because of just survival. We're trying to survive in whatever this is, and we don't know what it is. And that's the part of the survival mechanisms, is deciding that something's this instead of this, to give ourselves a sure footing, someplace that we can hang our hat, and someplace that we can rest, take refuge from the unfathomable, the thing that we're afraid to look at. And it really becomes a moment for us to reflect on ourselves, really turn the microscope back on ourselves rather than this. And when we do that, we start to look at what shapes us. To get back to where I started with this, thinking about you see what you want to see in life. And you do that by choosing. And the paradoxical nature of life is that you really don't have any choice about it. Your disposition, the way that you are, is hereditary and is cultural, and it's social, and there's so many factors that come into why you are who you are, and why you believe what you believe, and the way that you feel about things. So yeah, it's a very paradoxical aspect of our lives that that just is becoming so apparent, just so in the moment, like understanding that, like, this is that peace and quiet, nothing but animals in the background and a gentle rain falling, if you can hear that on the camera, and this beautiful day after Christmas that, you know, absolutely. Okay, so this is a great, I'm sitting here describing this experience that's presently going on, and this is exactly what I'm talking about here. So, as you can tell, I'm I'm very in love with the moment, right? I'm very appreciative of this beautiful day, and someone else could take this exact experience and say, "This sucks. We didn't have a white Christmas. We didn't. It's not. It should be freezing and cold in December, and the fact that it's in the 50s where you're at, that's not the way it's supposed to be. That's not winter. You live in Oklahoma. What? You guys don't even have winter, right? You see this incessant negative talk that comes up, and it's just always here. And are you focusing on the negative talk, or are you focusing on what's actually here and being appreciative of the moment? Are you being appreciative and relaxing and enjoying the experience? This is something I'm having to learn in later life because I've been an incessant complainer my whole life. Everything was not good enough, could be better, um, and sometimes it was downright like just fuck all this, just railing against the system. And all that was just me saying that this is not good enough. And when you wake up to that and you realize, like, oh, I create my own reality, it doesn't mean that there aren't tough times in life. It doesn't mean that the conditions that are at hand aren't what they are. But are we putting a negative spin on everything? Or are we being appreciative of being given life? This eternal mystery of existence that we are smack dab in the middle of. I was commenting to Jamie, this has been the first Christmas in my life, 52 years old. I don't ever remember going through life, even as a child. I don't ever remember going through Christmas without being depressed, without feeling depression. And this has been the first time in my life that that's happened. And it's been really remarkable to experience that change. it got changed out with a few bouts of anxiety, which were a blast to go through, of course. But you know, just like I always get depressed around Christmas and the holidays, and I think a lot of that is just a feeling of unworthiness, a feeling of responsibility, like I have to take care of other people, I have to do whatever, and you know, and all that is just negative talk. Same thing that I'm talking about here from the start is our view on life. And this year, because I've had to, you know, I've been put through the ringer, so to speak, in life, and being humiliated and just completely destroyed, you know, like looking at myself, like I have to really look at what is going on here. How can I live the life that I do and be unhappy? And most people that know me, if I do make this public, like if most people that know me, like think I have everything sewed up, I live a great life, and yeah, I do. I couldn't argue with that at all. But at the same time, I can find a way to bitch and complain about everything. And so, yeah, I just, you know, just really wanted to point out that your life is whatever you're looking for. It really is. Um, I've heard of people that were like in wheelchairs and stuff, and or you know have some kind of ailment or whatever, and they're like they find their grace and their acceptance in that in like, thank God I don't live in a communist country or something like that. You know, I'm like, circumstances can always be worse. Yeah, they could probably always be better, but they can always be worse. And it's like, what side of that do you want to look at? So, anyway, I want to keep this short. It's probably a little bit longer than it should be. I know people got short attention spans, but it's okay. It's just where we're at in life. You know, we have technology, and it zaps our attention span. So it is what it is. No worries. All right, love you guys. Have a good one.